Today we have a long overdue collective luxury haul of the newest and greatest items I've added to my collection. I feel like I haven't done a luxury video in a very long time, and obviously this is the epitome of what my channel is about. It's kind of where I started, so I thought I'd get back to my roots today. We've got a combination of luxury fashion, of course, we have accessories, got even some literature, we've got then cigars. So I do hope that there is something for everybody to enjoy. Let's start with luxury fashion, shall we? So I'm going to start with the luxury handbag that I bought recently in the last couple of months. And it's this beautiful handbag by The Bridge. It's a Florence-based brand in Italy, and I unboxed it semi-recently on my channel because of course it features customization of my beautiful dog Pebbles. Shameless promo, if you want to say hi to her and follow along her very cute journeys, you can go on Instagram and type in Pebbles the Pomsky. She is pride of place on this beautiful handbag. I believe it's called the Lucrezia handbag. It's a crossbody bag. It's in this beautiful banana color. It's so yummy. I love that it's a pop of color but also something very classic. It's really come in handy for daytime moments, but also with a nice dress in the evening. It's very practical. It does fit all the essentials. It does fit a phone. Let's just prove it now. Got my iPhone 14 Pro Max and it fits. So yeah, you can see very comfortably there. And it was very inexpensive. Probably like one of the cheapest handbags I own in my collection. I mean, who am I? It's growth, I suppose. And I've been using it really non-stop ever since. And I really love all of the wonderful comments that I get, not just from friends and family, but also from just passers-by who can especially see when I'm walking her. Let me know, by the way, if you want Pebbles on this channel more often. I feel like she's taken a bit of a breather recently. I let her have her privacy, so just let me know. And also if you want more Pomsky related videos, I think I've done a couple, but there's not actually that many online, so if you would find that helpful, I'm more than happy to bring her back and talk about my experience owning a Pomsky, or even just, you know, your first dog. So that is the handbag, which I love so much. It's more of a spring-summer handbag, so I'm not sure I'll be wearing it too much in the winter because it's such a fruity, fun color, but it will maintain its pride of place on my bag shelf right here. Let me just put her back there, so she will always be in the background of my videos. Now let's move on to an accessory. This is very new. You'll have not seen this on the channel yet. It is a pair of sunglasses by Miu Miu. And look, I'm by no means somebody who likes to be basic, to follow trends or anything like that. But of course, in between, there's going to be one thing that happens to go semi-viral, but that I also coincidentally like. And this is just one of those things, because it's these beautiful Miu Miu, I think it's called Orb, A-U-B-E, Orb sunglasses. And they're this shield style. So I'm sorry if they're a bit grubby. You can see my ring light as well. But they are beautiful. Super comfortable. I love how big they are. I have a big head, y'all, so I need even bigger sunglasses. They are crazy in terms of their price on this website. They are £450, but I got them cheaper, y'all, and I'll tell you in a second how. So product details: metal sunglasses with a sophisticated contemporary design. No lies were told. The ultralight rimless style is characterized by the curved lenses embellished with the imposing vertical Miu Miu logo. Miu Miu's having their time in the sun. I don't personally get it because, you know, I've seen all the videos where people are literally just peeling off on the box the Miu Miu logo and putting it on like a t-shirt. I'm not gonna, first of all, buy the shirt or DIY it. I'm not that level of pick-me to do that. But I do think their sunglasses are super nice, and I would get them even without the logo, you know, because they just fit my face so well. And I remember being in the store, so I actually got these at duty free at the airport because I had a work trip recently. I was just looking to see if on the off chance they had these, because these are almost sold out everywhere, especially in the mauve lenses that I have, which I think complements my skin tone so well. I also like that it's not just like another basic black pair of sunglasses, a little bit of tint, a little bit of colour, which I desperately need. Don't really own that many sunglasses, least of all in this colourway and style. I don't think I even own a pair of rimless sunglasses actually, so this is a first, and I think they look so nice. Great for people watching as well because they're dark enough, but also you can maintain eye contact for somebody who's sat right in front of you, if you get my drift. And I'm super happy with them, not just because of how they look, but also the price, because I think I got it for like £350, because I also had some sort of like discount from this, what's it called? A Volta rewards program that you can get at Heathrow. Look into it, it's well worth it. You get discount on top of the duty-free price. So highly, highly recommend. The only thing that I would say is caring for them scares me a little bit because you only get this soft pouch. They don't actually fit a normal Miu Miu size box. The lady tried to put it in there and I swear she almost broke them and I almost had a small heart attack as well. Obviously it's lightly padded, so you just have to make sure not to crush them in your bag or however you're carrying them. But I'm very, very happy with them. I haven't bought a pair of sunglasses in a very, very long time. I'm very picky with my sunglasses. In fact, I've sold a couple of sunglasses because I just tend to gravitate towards the same ones. But I must say, after buying these ones and I was on my way to New York, I basically, for that week I was in New York, wore them every single day. Anyways, moving on to another set of accessories, I suppose. I have watches. I'm not particularly a watch person. I would like to be more of a watch person, more on that shortly. So I guess I've dabbled obviously with my Rolex, which I love so much. It's my favorite. It's my holy grail watch. Obviously there's so much more to add, but I need to really think about what to add next. In the meantime, I actually got gifted 2 novelty watches for my birthday, which are very fun. They're from Shanghai Tang, which is a luxury. I think they do menswear and women's wear. They also produce accessories, loosable watches, and they did some novelty watches, which I'm not sure if some of you out there will appreciate the humor or the history, anything in between, but I certainly did. Obviously I am Chinese, in case you didn't know. Hi, my name is Mel, I'm Chinese. I got given these 2 watches here. On the right we have Chairman Mao Zedong, the dictator. Let's not get into politics right now. Let's just appreciate the craftsmanship of these watches and the novelty nature of them. And then we have his successor. We have Deng Xiaoping here. And they're all waving. Can you see that? They're just waving hello. Hello, everyone on YouTube. Hello. So these are wind-up watches, which is great because I don't like quartz at all. So you just wind the sides, and I love hearing the winding. Very satisfying. And they are legitimate Shanghai Tang watches. So these were on the vintage market, and it's hard to find them in good condition like this actually. And you have, on this one, you have the genuine clasp, the leather strap. This one I actually replaced because it was super crusty, but it's fine. I'm here for the dials, which I think are 36mm, by the way. So they're just something a bit fun. I can wear them daily. They always make people laugh, especially the Mao one, because I think a lot more people know who he is than maybe Deng Xiaoping. But I love that they bring a smile to people's faces. And I'm going to assume that by creating these watches, Shanghai Tang is okay with that too. And these are collectible, so hopefully they'll go for a bit of money in the future. And speaking of watches and my intrigue with that whole world, not that I needed more hobbies, but you know, your girl can try. I actually got in something very exciting that's also new in, but was gifted to me by the wonderful Tenues. Sorry for butchering the name. It is European. It's a German publishing house. We have here the Watchbook Rolex Next Generation by a watch connoisseur, if you will, Gilbert L. Brunner. He's written many books for this publishing house about Rolexes, about luxury watches, all in this kind of coffee table book format. So it's really beautiful to have for your guests to peruse. It's got beautiful pictures as well as obviously wonderful text talking about the history of the brand, all of the different watches, the composition, the spokespeople for the brand, and it's just a very interesting read. I need to get properly stuck into it and just have like my morning coffee and read it. But you know, it's all about like Submariner here. I wonder if we've got the Datejust. Of course we must have the Datejust, the Daytona we've got in there. Beautiful high resolution pictures, and the smell of this book is just divine. Datejust. Oh no, it's the Rolex Datejust, so I can learn about my watch. I think these guys wanted to send it to me because they know I love my Rolex and I want to learn some more about it. So I've got the history now of this particular watch, but I love that it's offering such a wealth of information in a very digestible and aesthetic format. And it's really interesting to read about the influence of Rolex, not just on the industry, but also on culture and the arts. So this is a book that you can get, I believe, on Amazon. I think is a fantastic book to have on your console table, on your coffee table. So big thank you to the Tenues team for sending this over. I believe they have so many other editions as well, which I would love to get my hands on, and it will go towards picking my next one. So that is really, really cool. So that concludes the luxury fashion accessories part of this video. Now let's move on to the cigars portion. Cigar lovers, rejoice, it's that time again. Okay, so I have two that I bought from the Dominican Republic. On my week abroad in New York for work, I managed to squeeze in a whistle-stop tour to neighboring Dominican Republic. If I say neighboring, it was like a 5-hour flight, but it was close enough that I could sneak off, enjoy some time in the sun, and all-inclusive. It was absolutely lovely. And one of the reasons I wanted to go to Dominican Republic, as many of you guys out there will know, the Dominican Republic is one of the New World countries that manufacture tobacco for these wonderful cigars. So I went to the Don Lucas cigar factory in Punta Cana. I was in Punta Cana exclusively for the 3 days that I was there. I would definitely recommend doing it, but just be aware that it's almost like an IKEA. You don't just go to the cigar factory, they take you to like a coffee shop, a rum place, and like a souvenir shop, and many more other stops on the way. It is interesting and it's useful, especially if you haven't bought souvenirs, but if you're just there for cigars like I was a little bit shocked that I had to kind of go all the way around and be sold to all the time. It was a little bit of a hard sell at times. It was a bit much. But they do pick up and drop off complimentary for obvious reasons, because you're spending money. And I did find the cigar selection that they had in their humidor really, really good. So I'll put in some footage of what I have. The rest will be in the vlog, which will come at some point because I've got a massive backlog at the moment. Apologies all. The production team of one is working hard, okay? Of course, I couldn't go to the Don Lucas factory without getting a box of Don Lucas cigars. So we have a set of 10 Robusto. We've got a mixed selection actually of cigars, and I snuck in my own sachet, my humidity control sachet. And we have these beautiful cigars. Hopefully the ring light isn't disturbing everything too much. So we've got some light bodied and then we've got some medium bodied cigars. I will smoke these on camera at some point. We'll do another cigar and a thought. So let me know down in the comments below what topic it should be. Oh my God, it smells divine. This is a beauty. This is the light bodied one. It's very sweet on the nose. I really like the flavor profiles of New Worlds. They're all very distinctive compared to Cubans. Cubans are kind of like, once you've had one, you've kind of had them all in a way. It's got spice to it. Almost like a Black Forest Gâteau smell, like Christmas spice, cinnamon. But it's also got a very light sweetness to it. And a honey, it's got a very slight hum of honey on it. That's just from the nose anyway. That's the light bodied one. And I like how these are all individually wrapped. So if I want to take one out to smoke at a lounge or something, or to gift to a friend, then that becomes a really good option. The deeper bodied one is here. Let's just give a little whiff on the nose. Oh, yeah, it's a lot more full bodied. Bit more charcoal, smoky. Less sweet actually, not much sweetness to it at all. But with that hint of spice, like a little cinnamony smell, maybe even chocolate too. It's almost got that wine smell, old wine smell, which is quite nice. So I would be really curious and interested to smoke these, because obviously on the nose and the smoke itself are very different. Also, I should probably tell you a little bit more about this Don Lucas brand, because not many of you may know about them. So Don Lucas is super famous in Punta Cana because they've been established for many years, since 1992, I believe. And their story actually starts with a Belgian tourist. He landed in, I think it was Santo Domingo Airport. He loved the quality of Dominican tobacco, really enchanted by the country as well. This individual is called Mr. Philippe Gillet. Decides, I want to start up a brand. So he comes back to the Dominican Republic, starts Don Lucas Cigars, and just dedicated the rest of his time out there towards manufacturing the most highest quality and craftsmanship of cigars. And so I think they make around 300 cigars a day. They used to make around 150, and I think their selling point was in the quality, not the quantity. And when I went there, you can actually see the workers busy assembling the cigars, wrapping them, etc., aging the leaves in the background. Super cool. You get to interact with them, learn more about the cigar growing process, manufacturing process. This is all stuff that I've heard before in Cuba. Same kind of thing, different flavor, and obviously go and buy the actual cigars that they've manufactured in their local shop. Their local shop also stocks Cubans as well as New Worlds. I would say though, if you're going to go to the Don Lucas factory, go get Don Lucas cigars and exclusives there. Some of the other New Worlds, like the Nicaraguan ones, the Honduran ones, aren't that much cheaper. In fact, you're probably going to get a better deal in the States or even at duty frees where you get, you know, that kind of discount. Cubans, I also found extortionate, but I guess if you're an American and you can't go to Cuba, then that's your best option. A lot of the cigars I had seen were brands I'd already bought from and tried. You can buy these online. I'm not sure about this mixed box though, but this might be a factory exclusive. And in terms of the price of that one, I think from memory that was about 85 USD, but in Dominican pesos it was 5,652.50 cents. Here you go. That's what that says, because it's got a unit cost, I think, because I can't read Spanish, and then I think that's the total. And then the other one that I got, because that was the Don Lucas cigar, is the Short Tales by Saga. Now, apparently the person who started Saga was an ex-Davidoff founder or, you know, executive. And this one we have actually, if I open it up, oh, it's beautiful. I love the storybook pages. Isn't this just amazing? Put my own sachet in there as well. We've got this set of 10 beautiful cigars. And in terms of size, I think they're kind of like Petite Corona size, but they have a sort of wider ring gauge. I believe they've called it the Tomo. We've got a storybook page here, which is so cool. Tobacco grows from the soils. It is avid with water, sun or shade, relying on those 4 elements to achieve its maturity. But in the world of tobacco growers, tobacco is an element in itself, yet it does not exist as a pillar of life, but it is the product of the interaction with another factor, the passion. Passion is as important as any of the 4 elements. I think it means in fact, it's missing an F. It is the 5th element in the alchemy of tobacco creations, for only when juggling passion with the earth, the rain, the wind, and the sun is that a complete new element is created. The 6th element, El Tobacco. So I love that. And I love this presentation. Oh my gosh, look at this pull tab. Absolutely stunning. I almost do not want to take it out, but I will because I need to sniff them and tell you what it is. Now, here's some more information on the Tomo, because I've just pulled it up on my phone. So it's actually the 6th installment of the storybook series. It's got a mix of Dominican Olor, Dominican Piloto Cubano, Criollo 98, and Dominican leaves, bonded by a unique Dominican San Vicente binder, which is wrapped around a Mexican San Andres Maduro wrapper. So it's handmade in the Dominican Republic. Apparently you've got woody notes, spicy, peppery notes. So let's see if those are true and give it a sniff. I think this is medium bodied. Yes, it is very earthy, woody. I can see the floral, very lightly floral, almost jasmine leaf, like Chinese tea. Yes, it's got a mild spice to it, but not compared to the Don Lucas one. That is really lovely. It's very subtle actually, but I am super excited to smoke this because I've never seen or heard about Saga before or the Short Tales, but it was recommended in store by the store clerk that was there. He was a little bit aggressive, not gonna lie. I'll cover this in the vlog or a separate video. He was almost quite shocked that I knew anything about cigars, so I felt like I was being grilled and tested. It just went into directions that I was not expecting, but he did make very good recommendations, this Don Lucas one included, so I'm grateful for that. So just make sure you do your research, have a rough idea of what you want to go in for. I just wanted 2 boxes though, so I'm happy that I got mine. So I will do cigar and a thought videos featuring these 2 bad boys right here. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know down in the comments below. I think that's almost everything in my video. Oh, I almost forgot. I don't know if this counts, but I need to actually unbox this later. I think on one of my Instagram reels I'll do it. But I just got in my long-awaited delivery of Labubus. And question, are Labubus still it? Are they still hyped right now? I was into Labubus about 2 years ago, and it's quite frustrating that now everybody in the Western world's into it, but also people think that I've kind of jumped into that bandwagon, whereas, you know, it was big in Asia first, and that's kind of where I discovered it. But I still got these from the Pop Mart UK website for retail, might I add, so no crazy reseller prices. And so this is the big Inter Energy one. I've got the 6 mystery boxes here. I will unbox them offline, and maybe if I edit this in time, I will put the clips in, and you can see all of the different ones here. Hopefully I will get one of each. They should all be unique. Loyalty, hope, love, luck, happiness, serenity. So, not that I needed more Labubus, let's be honest, but I think they pair really nicely on my handbags. Plus Pebbles loves them. She loves to have them as chew toys, which I'm sure people will be gasping right now, but I like to use my Labubus, and let's be honest, they're like the modern day Beanie Baby, okay? They're probably going to go out of style. In fact, they're already starting to peter out, I see, which is good for me because I actually think they're kind of cute. I know some people think they're demonic, but I just don't care. I think they're cute first. So we shouldn't be reading too much into what is a very innocuous, kawaii, you know, Asian thing. And love them or hate them, they're still sticking around. So I guess we'll still be seeing them. But if that's a nick, I'm sorry. Anyways, I will leave this video here as I've been talking for far too long. I do hope you enjoyed this collective haul. Let me know what your favourite was down below, or what surprised you perhaps. Anyways, thank you as always for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one.